Hello and welcome back to What Do You Need to Know to Live in Costa Rica? Today's topic, the Caribbean. Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Bailey alongside my business partner and good friend Patrick Jager. Hi Patrick.
Hello, Mr. Bailey.
Today we are talking about a place that we visited, a year ago? Really
Oh, more
loved.
than, yeah. Yeah.
Really absolutely fell in love with the Caribbean in Costa
Yeah.
Rica. It's a very unique place in Costa Rica. It's kind of like this pocket that's not like the rest of Costa Rica. So we're going to get into all of the ins and outs of the Caribbean, living on the coast there, why you might want to live there as an expat.
That's right. But before we get into the topic, let's remind everyone, as always, that if you are interested in what we're doing, please subscribe to our channel, like, thumbs up this video. The more you engage, the more people see this. And please feel free to leave comments. We're getting so many comments now in our videos, and it really is fun because we try to engage in almost all of them. If it's a snarky one, we may or may not. I tend to be the one that engages more on the snark than Aaron. But yeah, we are really excited to talk with you. And this topic, I, for one, have to say, I have fallen in love with the Caribbean. I couldn't live there, but I could visit there over and over and over and over and over again. But we have a bunch of friends that do live there, and I see why.
Absolutely. And, it is a bit of a hike to get there from the Central Valley, but well worth it. It's still an easy long weekend trip, 5 hours or so from San Jose. So,
Yeah.
all right, Patrick, where do we start?
Let's start with an overview of
Okay.
the area. So this is Limon province. The Caribbean side is the province of Limon, which is also the main city in the province is also called Limon. It is known for a bunch of things. It is a port. So when you think of anything that goes from Costa Rica into the Gulf of Mexico, and into the East Coast, very often it goes out of the port of Limon. Um, but really the big things that I think that people also think about it for are banana plantations, pineapple plantations. The big thing for us is that it has a huge Afro-Caribbean culture and heritage. Um, when the railroad was being built from across Costa Rica, and especially from San Jose to Limon. Before the railroad, nobody was on the Caribbean side. It was very desolate because the jungle was so thick. It took years and years to build that railroad. And as part of that process, a lot of the final workers in particular were Jamaicans. So they came into that area, they stayed in that area and kind of populated up and down the coastline into Nicaragua, into Colombia, Panama. So you get this beautiful, rich Caribbean culture. The food scene, kind of as a matter of fact, it's really funny because they speak Spanish, but they also speak this Creole. It's called Limon Creole, which and a lot of English is spoken on that side as well. Um, it has a lot of really beautiful towns. A lot of the Caribbean is agriculture. Um, and so you see a lot of that. Is though becoming very popular with expats, specifically south of Limon. So we're talking about Puerto Viejo, we're talking about Manzanillo. That area has become very popular, as is becoming more so to the north, the Tortuguero area. You're starting to see a lot more there. Um, let's keep going. What have I missed in kind of the broader overview, Aaron?
I think that's it. I think a lot of people are going to look at Puerto Viejo and the surrounding communities as a great place to live. It is not as developed as some of the rest of the country, but it is a magical place. The beaches are stunning, and the town vibe is really great. I have a lot of friends of color from North America. that feel very much at home in Puerto
Yeah.
Viejo and those surrounding communities. So it's got just a really amazing vibe.
Yeah, so much so. You and I, the first time you and I went down there, was about a year and a half, probably well, almost a year and a half ago now. And we just were going down for the weekend because we were like, we need to explore every part of the country. And it happened to be during a Afro Afro-Caribbean celebration, and I don't remember. I always forget the full name of the celebration.
The day of the Afro-Caribbean culture and persona negra in Costa Rica. So,
Yeah, it's a very long
yeah,
word, but it basically is celebration of Black Caribbean culture, and it is a
yeah,
full national holiday in Costa Rica because of how important this community, these communities of people have are to the founding and building of this country. Um, it was such an incredible festival. Like it's very we're not talking Macy's Day Parade floats. We're talking about a lot of marching bands and dancing bands, but it's people from all up and down the coast, other parts of Costa Rica, other countries, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama. I think we saw a group from Colombia. I don't remember, um, but like, oh, and tons of tourists,
yeah,
especially tourists of color. Like
yeah,
it just felt like this magical place where it was an honor to be able to be part of it and
yeah.
feel very included and inclusive. It was just can't say enough.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about climate. What's the climate like? It's different. It's that region is different than the rest of Costa Rica. The rainy season doesn't quite align from the Caribbean to the rest of Costa Rica. The September and October is August, September and October are the driest months there, whereas you get a lot of rain in the Central Valley and on the Pacific side of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
It is hot, humid, nearly all year round.
Yeah. But it also it just kind of fits the whole vibe, right? Like if you want to say there's a Pura Vida aspect, now take a Pura Vida meets Jamaica, don't worry, be happy aspect, and it just is. Like it's funny when we see friends of ours. I remember a few months ago we were out with friends. You and I were both out with friends that come from that side. And if we think that Costa Ricans are chill, they made Costa Ricans look like New Yorkers. They were just like, Pura Vida Mai times five. It was
Yeah,
so funny and so great. But I think the weather plays into that. It's just like you're
yeah.
going to chill out during the middle of the day because it's too hot to do anything. Yeah, it's really cool. Let's watch some of the like the biggest city I think we want to talk about is Puerto Viejo. There's a bunch of other communities around there, Black Beach, Playa Chiquita, Manzanillo. Like there's a bunch of other areas kind of in that area, but that is really becoming the center of the community, the expat community, and the cultural Afro Caribbean community. Um, cool little town, one main road right by the beach, tons of great shops. Like I actually think it has a better downtown than like I like that downtown so much more than I like Playa Coco or
Uh-huh.
Tamarindo or
Yep,
definitely more than like Jaco or Manuel Antonio. Like it just has this.
yep.
It really feels like you're in a great town and great
Yes.
restaurants.
Amazing restaurants. Really amazing
Um,
restaurants right across the street from the beach. Such a cool vibe.
yeah. What you will notice there is like you're never going to see a big hotel on that
No.
side at all. They're all really small and boutique. My understanding is, and I might be wrong. If I am wrong, please correct me in the comments. But my understanding is there's a lot of protection against letting large communities come in because they really want to protect that culture and kind of the vibe there. So a
Yep.
lot of small boutique hotels, hostels. But there's a what's the live work community?
Selena.
Salina. There's a Salina there, quite big actually. Um, so you have a lot of different types of things there. The vibe, beach, ocean, adventure seeking, very locals town. Um, yeah,
We should also mention that it is the only place so far that you've gotten a traffic ticket.
I got a parking ticket.
Parking ticket, excuse me. You
That
did
is
get
true.
a very pricey parking ticket.
It was a very pricey parking ticket. Like, yeah, it was hundreds of dollars of pricing ticket. We like to call that a scam.
Yeah, yeah. There was no signs. You were free to park there, but they needed the
Yeah.
revenue. So
And I was
we're good.
nervous and I was like, absolutely, I'll take the
Yeah.
ticket. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Which is the right thing to do anyway.
All right. So let's
Yeah.
get into rankings.
Yeah.
What do you think cost of living, nightlife?
Yeah. Cost of living is average. It's not, we talk a lot about the fact that we are ostensibly an island country in terms of like getting stuff here is not easy. Well, getting stuff here and on the Caribbean side is even harder because while a lot of goods come into Limon, distribution centers are most likely in the Central Valley. So then it has to go back to Limon or to that side. So I would say that it's average. Nightlife is good. Like there's a lot of
Hmm.
fun places to go out. It's a beach town. They're beach towns.
Yeah.
Now nightlife is best in the Puerto Viejo area or Limon. I will caution you against being in Limon unless you're there with locals and you know where you're going and you're in a group, especially at night. It's one of the areas. If you watched our safety video, it's one of the towns we talk about as having kind of a more dangerous town. It's a port city. That kind of is true of port cities. But
Yes.
the nightlife overall, especially in Puerto Viejo, is good. LGBT friendly, as with the rest of the country, absolutely. Walk score is great. It's very flat on the Caribbean side. Once you get out of the hills and you're down, it is flat. The thing you have to be careful with is that a lot of the walking is on highways or larger roads. So, and people just walk and ride their bikes in the middle of the road. So you just have to be very careful of that. But it's very great, great
Yeah.
walking, and air quality naturally is excellent.
Yeah. We rented bikes and had a great time biking around that area. We bike to the beach, bike to town. We
Yep.
stayed, maybe a kilometer or two outside of Puerto Viejo. It was
Yeah.
lovely. It was
We stayed in
such a great
Manzanillo,
time.
which was
Manzanillo. Yeah.
it's great. It's kind of the middle of the three
Yeah.
kind of towns. Um, yeah, easy come and go, and even driving from Puerto Viejo to Limon, I don't. I wish I would have mapped this before. What 45 minutes,
I think so. Something like that. Yeah.
roughly, but it's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful drive, and narrow roads from Limon through the other parts of the Caribbean. On the Caribbean side, they are building a very large highway, and this is because of all the shipping. But the access getting around is going to get incrementally better. You
Yeah.
can fly out of Liberia airports.
Yeah.
Um,
Limon.
I mean, Limon. Sorry, why did I say Liberia?
You said, yeah, I don't know.
Sorry,
But yeah,
Limon.
Limon. You can fly into
Um,
Limon. Yep. And then take
yeah,
a
it's
cab or something to Puerto Viejo.
yep. It's not. I will say I don't know many people that do that. I think most people I know drive.
Hmm.
Um, the other really neat thing when you're down there is you have to go to the national parks. There are several national parks to the south and to the north, and it's very, very, very idyllic. Um, we're right, especially when you're down in like Manzanillo or Puerto Viejo. You're so close to the border of Panama, and there's a national park that straddles the border, and then to the north, just beautiful, beautiful stuff going up all the way up, almost into back into kind of the Arenal and past Arenal, the northern region. So it's a very long area and just charming and beautiful.
And you can take a water taxi from Puerto Viejo into Bocas del Toro, which is
Yep.
Panama, this beautiful, chain of islands that you hop from one to the next, and that's beautiful.
I will say that if you have not, your phone is blowing up right now, Aaron Bailey.
It
Um,
is. I forgot to put on Do
you're
Not Disturb. Sorry.
you're very popular. I will say that, like, sidebar, if you have not been, if you've ever thought about going to Panama, put Bocas del Toro into your rotation.
Yeah.
It is that archipelago is exquisite and
Yes.
super fun.
Absolutely.
All right,
Well,
what else we got? I feel like we've kind of exhausted our Caribbean knowledge.
I think we have.
Unless people want to know
Yes.
about the banana, because we can give them like a 3 hour dissertation on the banana, but they probably don't want that right now.
We'll do another video or maybe even a TV series on the banana industry in Costa Rica. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There's something coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. That was yeah. This is, I think, all that everyone needs to know about this area. Good primer, but definitely
I
go
want to go
visit
back.
and consider moving there. Absolutely.
Let's come back. Let's go back.
Let's go. Right. Well.
All right.
Yeah. I'll pick you up.
Okay.
Let's
Sounds
go.
good. All right. And on that, we thank you guys all for watching this. We hope this was beneficial. You can tell we're just being chill. This is just us talking to you about stuff
That's
that
true.
we find interesting and questions that you all have. So keep the questions coming. If you want to send us an email, it's ola@yourpuertovita.com. You can also leave comments here if you have other topics. We listen to that. Several of the topics we've recorded recently have come from people's comments. Also, yourpuertovita.com/links to get to our blog, our Instagram, our videos, our websites. And when you're on our website, understand that our business, our job at the end of the day is to help people think about Costa Rica, think about how to turn that dream into a reality if this is where you want to move, and then help you thrive once you're here. So take a look at our website, see how we can help you. We would love to talk with you. And I guess that's it for the Caribbean.
As always, what do we say, Patrick?
Pura Vida.